Hello YouTube, hi everyone, Leo here. I haven't done a video in a while and I was getting kind of bored because I have some free time now, so I thought I'd make one today. The tricky part was deciding what the video should be about. So a bit of an intro, because this is technically my first video where you can actually hear me and I can share some things about who I am. I've been fixing computers, installing and configuring a lot of software packages since I was first introduced to the IT world, which was a long time ago. About 10 years or so, I think. I've been working in the IT industry for about 4 years now. I have a lot of experience when it comes to programming in general. I focused more on the software side of things rather than hardware, because basically I like it more. There's no way around it. I just like to be able to experience the wonderful world of computers using just a mouse and keyboard. I'm also learning to be a C# programmer at the moment. I'm in the first year of my master's degree study program. So you will see later on in this video some cool things you can do yourselves if you just learn a bit of programming. So that's enough of an intro. Now to the main course. This video will be about what software packages I use after a fresh install of Windows, and most importantly why. I thought about this topic because I get asked this question a lot: why this program and not the other one? In my hometown I fixed most of my friends' computers and they always ask me this, so this should be interesting. If anyone disagrees with what I have to say, please feel free to express your opinions in the comment section below. By the way, as you can see, I'm using Windows 8 for the past couple of months, and for all of you who are thinking of making the switch, I do encourage you to switch to Windows 8. Don't be afraid, it's basically an improved Windows 7. With some additional features which you can use if you want or not, so it's okay. I'm talking about the Metro apps here. I won't even begin to argue the issue of the start button missing, because that's just, sorry to say this, but it's stupid. Once you get used to the start screen, you will see how much better it is. Okay, so these are my applications. I use them almost daily. There are more in the other stuff folder over here. I'll get to those in a moment. I'll go through each one of these, explaining to you in a short way because I don't want to make this video too long. Explaining why I use them and why you should also, if you have use for them. Oh, and I won't discuss what every program is exactly. You should already know them. If you don't, I don't think there really is a reason for you to continue watching this video. Also, I won't discuss value over price here. Everyone can decide for themselves if these are worth the price. So, first off, we have Adobe Creative Suite. Alternatives here can be like Corel's packages like Paint Shop or Video Studio, or Sony's packages like Vegas Pro and Soundboard Pro, and so on. This package is really awesome. All the apps here integrate so well with each other. It's amazing how well you can create multimedia content. Some of these don't need explaining because they are already industry standard, but I'll keep this short. So, Adobe Acrobat and Reader. You can use whatever PDF software you want, but you will, and that's a fact, you will get to a point where you will have to open a PDF in Adobe Reader at least. That's just how it is, because we invented the PDF format. Sure, some older versions had some performance issues, but the new ones are great. My recommendation, use Adobe Reader or Acrobat for more professional PDF editing. Adobe Illustrator next. I don't draw graphics or logos much. I'm more of a video, sound and images editor, but if you do, there's no denying it. Illustrator gets the job done every time. Adobe Dreamweaver. I made some pretty nice web pages a couple of years ago. They are offline now, but still. My first website created with Adobe Dreamweaver. I think it took me like a week or so to create. It wasn't very difficult to make. I had some tutorials from lynda.com, so even with those, I'm pretty sure you'll get everything done with Dreamweaver. So there's still lots to be learned here, but I do think that everyone should know a bit of web page creation. So, and to get things started with that, I guess Dreamweaver is the best way to start. I encourage everyone trying to make a great website to at least give Dreamweaver a try. Okay, next up, Adobe Audition. I've been using Sony's Soundboard for the past year or so. I recently switched to Audition. and I must say I'm very pleased. It usually doesn't take more than a day or two to find something I don't like about the program and switching back to my previous choice, because I do test them thoroughly in my own ways. That being said, I really like Audition, and for that matter all of the Adobe CS6 softwares, because the interfaces are great. They blend in very nicely, are very easy to use, and once you learn how to do a thing in one of them, it's kind of the same way in another one. I'm talking like applying effects, for example. If you know how to modify a layer in Photoshop, it's basically the same way in Audition, Premiere, After Effects, and so on. Now for Photoshop. I can't really say much more about why you should use Photoshop rather than the alternatives, because it's been covered extensively in so many videos and reviews and so forth. I'm just going to say this: if you want to professionally create or edit a high quality image and you're not using Photoshop, you should learn some more about image editing in general. And now for the last ones, Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects. These ones are a professional video editing application and a motion graphics package, don't confuse them. I've been using Sony's Vegas Pro for some time now, and like with Audition, I recently switched to Premiere. I was a bit worried at first because I don't really like my applications taking up a huge amount of space, and believe me, Premiere does take enough space. That however got fixed after I learned where Premiere saves the temp files in cache. This is where I used some of my C# skills to create an executable, which I scheduled once every 2 weeks or so. An executable which cleans those directories. I'm on my laptop, so its hard drive isn't that fast, it opens kind of slow. Okay, so here's what the code to such an app looks like for anyone interested. It's made by me, so I can show you. It's really simple. It just checks to see if a Premiere or media encoder, as you can see here, is open, and if not, then it clears some folders with admin rights, and also it runs hidden. That's all. For those interested, to make an app run with admin rights, you have to add an app manifest and change the execution level to highest available. That will bypass UAC protection also. And to make it run hidden, you just need to create a console app in C# and then change the project properties to a Windows application. That way you won't see the console. That's all. Okay, now back to Premiere. So its Mercury playback engine is awesome. It has the best main concept AVC encoder out there, Adobe Media Encoder, applying effects, layers, filters, captions, zooming, panning, cropping, and everything else you might want to do with a video. It does it effortlessly, and it outputs to the highest quality you can possibly get. I know it doesn't play well with some GPUs, like with mine, but still, that can be easily fixed by adding your video card in this list. Let me show you. If you go to Program Files, Adobe, Premiere Pro, you have actually two files here. One is called CUDA supported cards, and it has the list of the compatible, I would say, video cards from the NVIDIA series from GeForce. And if you don't have an NVIDIA card, check the OpenCL something text. Oh, here it is. OpenCL supported cards. Nothing here because this laptop has an NVIDIA card. But all you have to do is add your card name there, and Adobe Premiere will recognize it and use your GPU. I encode all my Canon SX40 HD videos with Premiere now, with Premiere's inbuilt media encoder. Okay, next up we have Daemon Tools Lite. Alternatives would be Power ISO. By the way, my first language is not English, that's why it sounded weird when I pronounce some words. I do apologize for that. Daemon Tools is very light on resources, knows a lot of disk image formats, it's free, it's easy to use. What else could you want? The only reason I use Power ISO sometimes was for their proprietary format .daa, but you won't encounter it too often, so Daemon Tools it is. Okay, next, Movie Player, Downpour Player, coupled with the video codecs below, which you can see. I only have Windows 8 codecs and real-time and QuickTime alternatives, because it's not included in the Windows 8 codecs package. I used the K-Lite codecs pack for a while, but I don't know why but every time you configure lav filters with Pod Player, it doesn't open them with lav filters, it opens them with FFD show. But with these codecs, it works flawlessly. And also these codecs work for Windows 7. Okay, back to Pod Player. I actually already have a review on Pod Player on my channel. I still haven't changed my mind about it. It's the best movie player out there. It's really light on resources, has a ton of options, a ton of skins to choose from, and some great features. If you add lag video filters from Windows 8 codecs, it really does play every format flawlessly and with crystal clear quality. I watch a lot of Japanese animes, and those actually come encoded in strange codecs and formats. That's why I needed another player than the default media player. If you only watch standard AVIs or MP4s or whatever, and don't care about video players, then use whatever you want to use. Alternatives here would be KM Player, Windows Media Player, VLC, GOM Player, Zoom Player, and a whole lot of other bunch. Okay, next up, Google's Chrome. Alternatives would be Firefox, Opera, Safari, Maxton, and I guess Internet Explorer. I don't really like the way Google or any other company behaves with your personal info, but everything has its compromises, I guess. Well, in the browser department, it really comes down to 5 things: speed, stability, security, flexibility, and compatibility. I used a lot of different browsers, and I have to say, there is sadly only one that rules over them, and that's Chrome. Enough said here. Next up, it's Google Picasa. Alternatives would be Earphone View, XN View, ACDC, Zoner Photo Studio, and Fastone Image Viewer. For most PC users, the default image viewer built into Windows is just fine, I guess. I wanted something more. I wanted to be able to organize my collection of photos based on different things, sync them directly to my online space. I wanted to be able to remove red eyes and add small adjustments to photos fast and so on. I tried the above mentioned image viewers, and I always come back to Picasa. Why? Because it outshines the rest mentioned in 2 aspects, in my opinion. One is the interface, it just looks great, and the other is speed. From what I know, Picasa uses your GPU also in displaying images, so it opens images with advanced color profiles and metadata really fast, even on slower PCs with a decent GPU. Okay, next up we have Microsoft Office. Alternatives would be OpenOffice, Kingsoft Office, LibreOffice, and a lot more. Again, for the casual user, only needs to create a simple table and write something with a bit more formatting and so forth. Any of the above 3 alternatives is just fine. However, if you want compatibility, advanced functionality, and ease of use, all put together in a package that has continued to be the most praised Office suite of all time, you're going to need Microsoft Office. Next up, Music B Player. Alternatives would be Winamp, MediaMonkey, Foobar 2000, Songbird, and others. I found Music B by accident about half a year ago, and I gotta say its only drawback is its popularity, because there aren't many people who know about it, sadly. I'll try to give you a small overview. First off, it's free. No ads, no nothing. Can be configured to run portably also. It does everything, and I mean everything, that the paid competition does, but in a better way, with less resources, plus it has some nice features like theater mode, which I didn't actually see anywhere else. Can handle playlists of hundreds of thousands of songs with ease, is very stable, has a lot of playlist management features, can rip CDs, convert formats, normalize volumes, upmix to surround, and auto-scan your music folders. I guarantee once you try it, you'll never go back to another music player or manager. Next, Nero Burning ROM. Alternatives would be Image Burn, Burnaware Free, CD Burner XP, Ashampoo, Rockshaw, and others. I tried to stay away from Nero for some time because they were getting kind of annoying with their bloatware in the newer versions. I tried the free options out there like CD Burner XP and Image Burn, but sadly those didn't live up to my expectations, either because they lack proper buffering and will ruin your disks, or they just look horrible and are not easy to use. The solution was quite simple: only use Nero Burning ROM without the rest of the things its normal suite comes with. Simple. NFO Pad Viewer. For this one, I won't even mention alternatives because this one I don't really care about. Every program meant to open NFO files is okay in my view. Just use whatever you want. I just use this one because I like its interface colors. That's all. Next one is a pretty impressive one. Midnight Utilities. This one's great. If you don't know, there is a website called midnight.com where you can just checkmark any free apps you wish to install at once and download an installer for them, which works without any user input. This really saved me a lot of time with my plugins utilities like Java, .NET, Flash, Silverlight and sort. Also, that downloaded installer, when you run, will always download the newest versions automatically, so it's perfect. SkyDrive. The alternatives will be Google Drive, SugarSync, Dropbox, etc. I use SkyDrive just because I use my Microsoft account a lot. I had it for some years now, and I got 25 gigabytes of free storage with it. This is not a must-have, I just sync a lot of things between computers, that's all. You don't have to install it if you don't need it. Next one will be Trillion Messenger. Alternatives will be Bixby, Miranda, and Pigeon. I didn't mention Yahoo Messenger or MSN Messenger here because Trillion and the others mentioned are multi-protocol ones, which means they can hold a bunch of social accounts and merge them into one IM app. It does have ads, true, but they are non-intrusive and the resource usage is just ridiculously low in Trillion, and it looks awesome. So thumbs up for it, great application. Next one is uTorrent or MicroTorrent. Alternatives will be BitTorrent, BitComet, Views, and some others. To put it simply, everyone needs a torrent downloader, so why not use one that's very fast, light on resources, and just works out of the box. Oh, and on Windows 8 apparently has some ad blocker inbuilt or something, because as you can see when I open it, there it is. As you can see, it used to have an ad toolbar here, but I guess it doesn't show, so that's good. Next up is WinRAR Archiver. Alternatives, well, I guess the only one here would be 7-zip. By the way, I skipped the video codecs folder because I covered it earlier when I talked about Popia. Okay, so WinRAR. You will need a program to open the various archives you download from the internet. Just a normal zip handler like the one inbuilt into Windows ain't gonna cut it anymore. I'm using it rather than 7-zip just because I like the archive icons, that's all. The 7-zip ones just look old. The performance is pretty similar, so that's the only difference here. Now for the other stuff folder. In this folder I have some additional software that I only use in certain situations. I would like to note a couple of interesting ones here still. One would be Driver Genius Pro. There you go. I know people ask me a lot about where can they get the right drivers for their systems. I know there are a lot of programs that say they find and install drivers, but they're basically all fake or charge you for everything. This one, however, is great. Scans your system, finds updated drivers, and installs them. Secondly, I would like to note TeamViewer Portable, or just TeamViewer. I tried a lot of alternatives like JoinMe or Ultra VNC, TinyVNC, even some paid ones like Citrus's GoToMeeting. So my advice is this: use TeamViewer. It's free for personal use. It's fast, it's stable, portable, and compatible. And finally, we have Mirrorless Action. I used to use Fraps to record in-game footage and Camtasia Studio to record my screen presentations. Action is really a successful combination of the two. It's really easy to use and does everything you need to do. For more advanced video editing, you have Premiere Pro, mentioned earlier, so no drawbacks here. I'm using it right now to record this video, so I have to say it really works great. If you want me to do a more detailed video about each one of these or some specific ones, just let me know in the comment section below. So that's about it for this video. I hope I didn't bore you too much. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about the software discussed in this video. Even criticism is welcome. So till next time, thanks for watching and please subscribe to my channel if you didn't already. Bye.